Good evening everybody and welcome to my channel. If you haven't been with me before, my name is Stella and I actually learnt tarot during lockdown and it's been an incredible journey. I just want to take this opportunity to thank all my subscribers. Thank you so much. It helps so much when you subscribe. And also for everyone that's made a very generous donation. It is just so heartwarming to just know that people really appreciate my readings, and also for everyone that's booking private readings as well. It's an absolute pleasure to do those readings for you. So just to let you know that I'm abroad and I'm just using what I've got. So the table might wobble a little bit and the camera wobbles a little bit. But the message is more important than the aesthetics. So the question tonight is, why no contact? Why no contact? Okay, so maybe you've been blocked, maybe you've been deleted off social media, whatever it is, but he's not communicating, he's kept his distance, he's away, and it's just a terrible situation to be in. So let's find out what's going on. So this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Okay, let's go for everybody in pile 1. So this is everyone that chose pile 1, and the question tonight is no contact. I'm actually abroad at the moment, I'm travelling at the moment. I think it's about 9-10 o'clock, something like that. So I really feel like in that Friday night sort of energy when I really want to get deep into the emotions, and let's be brave here. Okay, let's not, well, I don't know who I'm talking to, you or my guys. We're not going to sugarcoat it, but you are going to get lots of advice. So the readings might be a bit longer. Okay, I'm waffling. Let's get on with it. So the question is why no contact? What's going on with him? What's he up to? Why is he not contacting you? So we've got the 2 of Cups. We've got Secret. We've got Judgment. We've got the World, we've got the 5 of Pentacles, and we've got the Empress. Okay, so this is one of the challenges in tarot reading, because when we get something like the 2 of Cups, we're asking what's going on in his life. So is it that he's met somebody else and that's why he's not in contact? Or is it that he's got these really deep emotions for you still and in no contact? Okay, so this is one of the challenges. And we have to go with our instinct and look at the other cards around here. So let me just take a few moments here. It's not entirely clear, it's quite complicated. Let's pull another card. Tell me about the 2 of Cups, please. Tell me about the 2 of Cups. This is a new relationship he's having. Is this a new relationship that he's having? Is this a new relationship that he's having? Tell me about the 2 of Cups. Is this a new relationship that he's having? Is this a new relationship that he's having? While I'm shuffling, the story tends to start coming up from the cards, which is quite amazing. Tell me about the 2 of Cups. Is it a new relationship? Or is it nostalgia? Is it a new relationship or nostalgia? Okay, let's have a look at these cards. Okay, guys, let's have a look at this. All right, let me just move this up here a little bit. Let's be brave here and dig right in and have a look at what's going on here. Okay. Okay, so first of all, we can see the Two of Cups, and it is a difficult card to read because it is about a relationship. It's about, you know, two people falling in love. So if I got this card in a reading towards me, I would feel like really, really, really happy about it. I see, we're okay. All right. I did wonder if you'd fallen in love with somebody else, okay? But it's not the case. All right. We're okay. I was worried for you guys. I was worried. It's just that as the cards lay out, the story sort of starts to unfold. Okay. The reason why he's not in no contact is because he was in love with you. Okay. He was in love with you, and he felt that you stabbed him in the back. What that is very hard to define. Whether it actually happened or not is another matter, but that's his perception. I'm also feeling that for some of you, he potentially stabbed you in the back and he knows it. So I see two very different energies. I mean, you couldn't get... Look at the two cups of love and look at the two knives. So I feel with you guys, something happened where it moved from this to this. Whether, you know, whether you did stab him in the back, you know, but didn't mean to, or it was a miscommunication, or the perception was screwed, or whether he stabbed you in the back, you know, but this is definitely here. This is definitely evident. And for some of you, it can be a female energy coming into your lives in some way, shape or form that has caused a problem in your relationship. And by circumstances, either on purpose or maybe she doesn't even realise she stabbed you in the back. Okay. So, for some of you, it could be, I don't feel he's in love. I don't know why. I just don't feel he's in love with anybody else at the moment. Let's see as we go on. But I feel because of this altercation between you, he's gone on to some online stuff. And that's why I just don't feel it's love, you know. This is temporary. Anything online is just temporary. The chances of anything working out online are very narrow. It does work out for some people, but because of this altercation, I just feel like he's defaulted to that as a means to get by, you know. And what I feel like as well is that the reason he's not in contact is because he's living somewhat of a secret life, or he has secrets that he doesn't want to share with you. Excuse me. And he doesn't want to share it with you because he doesn't want to feel your judgment. And this judgment is not about passing a judgment over someone. That's not just. This is like a divine, it's, you know, it's ordained by an angel, basically. This type of judgment is exposing people about the truth of their lives. You know, it's when they become naked in a way. And there is a rebirth in this card, which is really weird. And I feel like he's like, I don't want a rebirth. You know, I just want to stick to what I know and what I do. I don't want to rebirth myself, you know. So he's like, I'll just keep it secret. I'll just keep it private. And I just always feel with this card, I have said in other readings, the Moon card in the tarot is a very, I just feel it's a very negative card. Can you see how barren it is? Normally it's got a dog and a wolf here. Excuse me. Which is about transformations. But I just find this card very barren, very secretive, and maybe the worst aspects of the moon. And I just feel whatever he's going on in his life, he's keeping it very close to home. I don't feel he's spreading himself that far. Yeah. I can't see another woman here apart from this female, but I just don't feel like it could be you, you know, that you're the victim here. It could be you that you're the perpetrator of this backstabbing. We'll see the direction more maybe as the reading unfolds. Or it could be a female energy that had come in. I can't see any longevity here or anything like that. Maybe she was an online thing that came in and caused a disruption in your relationship. Okay. She's appeared so many times. I almost sort of slightly regret drawing her, to be honest. Why else isn't he contacting you? Because and this is with the part of him that he wants to hide, he's really out in the cold. He feels really, really out in the cold. He feels like you've removed yourself, which I think probably you're like surprised at, okay? I feel like he's saying, my Empress, my Goddess, my Venus has removed herself from me. I feel like he feels like you don't love him. And it can be like one of those weird things, you know, where maybe when a guy wants you to chase them and you don't chase them, and then they get all annoyed about that and it becomes like a power thing. I'm not contacting her if she's not contacting me, sort of thing. And I feel like he thinks that you've had a rebirth. I think that he thinks you're okay for whatever reason. And the really interesting thing about this card as well, because the cards read on multiple levels, whatever's happened between you, you've got rebirth and rebirth. This phase that you're going through, although it may not feel like it, is a rebirth. Okay? I think I need to tell you a little story, if you don't mind. And I'm sort of reluctant to tell it because I like to be quite private. But I was in a situation where I was sort of hearing from the universe that we had to separate. I really, really didn't want to separate. But we had to separate because the relationship couldn't sustain itself as it was. Okay, and the separation actually was allowing growth, all right, which this is the card of growth, right? This is abundance. So, like, I know it sounds weird, but like sometimes a relationship has to separate in order for people to really feel their emotions. If you listen to, I'm a love bug, right? That's why I do love tarot readings. If you listen to, there's a couple of YouTube videos about couples and stuff like that, you know, how they met, you know, what they think about each other. And they're talking about their deeper emotions about each other. And nearly every single person interviewed, when they knew they wanted to marry someone, it was during their separation. Nearly every single time. So what seems like maybe, you know, a cold, very cold situation, a stagnant situation, a feeling of loss or whatever, if there's anything in the relationship that's going to work, it generally comes in this time of space. Men need space. Okay. So this is why he's quiet. I feel like he maybe doesn't realize, but I feel like this relationship is going through a rebirth. Okay, it's a way to go through a significant transformation, and I can't help but feel it might be it should be very beneficial for you both. I feel like this is not in the cards, but this is like I'm being guided to tell you a story and information. This is the time, no contact is a time when people sort of forget the bad stuff and start remembering the good stuff. This is the time where it really measures up for a man whether, he weighs things up. He's not writing it down on paper, but he's emotionally weighing up your relationship against maybe other relationships, all right, or any other interest that he has in his life. They just naturally start weighing things up. And during no contact, it's really important that you're in no contact, because then he gets the chance to miss you. It's as simple as that. And if there's anything in the relationship that is worth salvaging, okay, it will happen generally through no contact. That's the positive side. I'm almost teaching myself here. Okay, but I see massive rebirth here. Massive rebirth on these two cards. But the reason he's in no contact is because, he doesn't want to go through whatever it is that you guys need to go through. He doesn't want to do it. He'd rather just keep on with his secret life, even though it hurts him. And, I'm sure a lot of you will know my wave card. I drew this card, He is during this no contact, he is feeling big waves of emotion, like they're coming, they're crashing, and then sort of flatlining, and then there's nothing. Then another one, he can't hold it down. So what I've got up here is the outcome for you both. That means as the relationship, not the outcome for you or the outcome for him. It's the outcome for you both. So let's have a look at this card. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. So the outcome for you both is that he's going to come back in. He's going to come back in. So my advice is, this isn't in the cards, okay? This is just my advice about no contact. It's if you're in no contact, the best thing that you can do is stay in no contact. Okay. Keep your energy warm, keep your energy open, keep your energy receptive, as hard as that might be. Okay, but give him the space and time, because this is in the tarot, he is making a decision. And when he's made that decision, he's going to come in very, very fast, because he's feeling like this, really out in the cold. This is not just out in the cold, but bereft. He feels a massive loss in the relationship. I feel like he just feels like he's just lost everything. Okay. And you're his Empress. You're his Empress. Can you see that she's got 12 stars in her crown? She is the epitome of love and goodness and growth and everything that's wonderful about the feminine energy. And this is a woman leaping through a wreath in the air that she's rebirthing. So you might not feel like you're rebirthing, but you're rebirthing, and he's a way to rebirth as well, whether he likes it or not. He's coming in. Let's see what he's going to say. Gosh, I'm really thirsty tonight. Okay, so I saw this card earlier, actually. Funny. Yeah, he's going to come in. This is the 5 of Swords, right? Sometimes in the tarot they read it like, you're going to win a situation but not feel good about it. I feel like he just wants to come in and win the situation with you. Okay, he's coming in and he's like, right, I'm going to beat my opponents, you know, whether it's you, whether it's, you know, not just you, but maybe what you bring to the battle. He's ready to just slay any obstacle when he comes back in. All right, and he's coming in, and he's coming in with his hair flowing. All right. So yeah, so really interesting. So I'll put it in the link in the description. There's a really great guy called Coach Lee. I think he's more of a psychologist, and he does the psychology of no contact. And all humans, I don't know why I say humans, as though we're not humans, as though I'm an alien. All humans go through the same psychology during no contact. And what no contact does, it raises the interest of the other party, if they're interested in the first place. If they're not interested, they'll walk away. But no contact is actually a very good thing. But it doesn't mean like when he contacts you, you ignore him. It means when he does contact you, you open up and listen to what he's got to say and then make your decision from there. So overall, it's actually quite a beautiful reading, this one. I was worried for you guys, I have to say, when I went to do this no contact, you know, and I find a lot of healing in these messages as well. All right, so that's for everyone that picked pile 1. I really hope that helped you. Please leave a comment. I love your comments. I can't always respond, unfortunately. I'm always super busy, but yeah, leave a comment, and I really hope that has given you some healing of your heart there. Okay, great. Okay, this is for everyone that picked pile 2. Excuse me. I'm very thirsty tonight. So this is for everyone that picked pile 2, and it's about no contact. And what we're going to do, we're going to delve in and find out why he's not contacting you, and there's going to be some advice there, and we're going to be really brave, and we're going to jump in. If you haven't been with me before, just to let you know, I'm traveling, so everything's very basic setup, but the message is more important than the surroundings, and the table can wobble. Okay, let's find out what's going on with you guys. So we've got Temperance. Why is he not contacting you? We've got addictions, the devil. We've got the 8 of Pentacles. We've got the 2 of Wands. We've got the body, and we've got secrets. Okay, so why is he not contacting you? Let's find out what's going on with him. So what I need to do, first of all, what's very difficult in tarot reading, if you see something like the body, we have to try and find out whether this is related to you, or if it's related to another person. And I know it's hard, but this is what we're here for, to be brave, and then let's have a look at the real truth of what's going on here. Okay, so I'm just going to ask a card about the body. And while I'm shuffling, generally what happens is that story starts emerging out of the cards as I look at them. So what I'm going to ask is if this is you or a new person. Oh, we've just had a card come out there. Wow, that was in the other reading. I'm going to put it to the side at the moment. I can't ignore it, but I'm just going to put it to the side because I want to know if this is you. Is this my watcher's body, or is it a new female? Is it my watcher's body or is it a new female? What's going on there? Not what I expected. I do get worried, you know, like if there's another woman in the mix, because, you know, it's not easy to hear on tarot. So I asked about the body, and I've got looking online, and I've got the King of Swords. Okay, so it gives me a little bit of a story. Can you tell me about the secret, please? Can you tell me about the secret, please? Can you tell me a little bit more about the secret, please? Oh my God, they're all flying out all over the place. Oh my God, wow. It's not what I expected either. Okay, so what we've got, the reason that he's in no contact is because he's trying to nurture himself. He's trying to bring balance back into his life. It's about putting restraint back into his life, you know. It's about not overindulging, you know, whether it's drink or food or sex or whatever it is. Okay, I have to throw the sex part in there. You know, he's just trying to find some balance back in his life at the moment. And it's very interesting that it's next to this Devil card, because the two are very different. You know, look, one's got, this is an angel actually in the original tarot. And I feel like he's going through these two different energies, like feeling like the devil energy, like in codependency, in addiction, you know, whether it's to drink or food or gambling or sex or whatever it is, just really trying to fight those addictions, and then just trying to heal and nurture himself at the same time, you know, trying to be good to himself, you know, and just trying to bring that balance back into his life. And what I feel during this no contact is just really got his head down and just working very, very hard, you know, just happy, really almost like work as a distraction during this no contact time. The Eight of Pentacles is a guy that is working on one pentacle and he's stacking his pentacles up, okay? And he has to sort of repeat the process on each pentacle. So it's just like he's just getting into his routine, into his day-to-day living. He's just really attending to things that he needs to attend to. And just keeping his head down and just trying to keep some balance here. And I feel like what he's actually doing is he's trying to make a decision about you. All right? He's looking at his past and his future. And he's looking at the world that he actually wants. Okay, and trying to decide if that is actually you. So I was worried when I saw this card. I was worried for you if, you know, this was a new woman. But I feel like, you know, potentially this guy has got an addictive quality to a beautiful female body, you know, like which male doesn't? And, you know, maybe there's an aspect in his life that you know, he can't help but notice or admire other women, okay? But that's with this quality. But I feel like he's really trying to restrain from this at the moment during this no contact. I said no contest, that's quite interesting. I feel like, yes, this is a part of it, of his addictions, or one of his addictions for some of you. Okay, but he's really trying to keep a restraint from that at the moment. I feel like maybe he's even trying to get healthy, you know, trying to eat well, trying to drink well, trying to, you know, just get his routine nice and ticking over for whatever reason. I also do feel like he is very linked to you through this devil energy. It generally has two naked bodies here on the original tarot that are linked through the devil energy. And it means codependency. It means lust. It means desire. It means I need you. I need to be with you. I'm happy in this obsession of you, you know, someone that's maybe slightly obsessed and addicted to you and very addicted to your body. Okay, and I feel like even during this no contact, he is very aware of his addiction to your body, which he finds incredibly beautiful, and he doesn't want to let that go, even in no contact, which is weird. Okay, so the message I got, the reason I don't think it's another woman, I'm not saying that he might not be admiring other women or admiring the female form, okay, but the reason that I don't feel it's anyone specific in his life is because he's still watching you online and he's still trying to apply some logic around this about the no contact, okay? He's looking at you online and thinking how beautiful you are, okay? Thinking about your beautiful body. And he's just really trying to be logical in this situation. He's applying a lot of logic here. He's not working with his emotions, apart from obviously looking and maybe appreciating and desiring you during this no contact. And I was really surprised about this secret, and the secret here during the no contact is that he's feeling massive of nostalgia for you. I mean, overflowing. This is the Six of Cups. Some people call it like the twin flame, the soulmate reunion card. This is a deep desire to reunite. A deep desire to reunite. A lot of nostalgia. I always say with this card, can you imagine when a man or your loved one, change up the gender as you want to, brings you not one bouquet of flowers, but 6. I'm going to see if I can manifest that in my life. Imagine someone came to the door and had 6 bouquets of flowers for you. This is the card. This is the card of the lovers, but it's more like in the romantic twin flame soulmate. And this is a secret that he's keeping during no contact. So whatever's going on out there, whatever energy you feel that you can feel from him, you know, 'cause sometimes we kind of feel like it's dead, or they've turned their back, or they're being really cold, or they're out having lots of fun and wild sex and all that, you know, we're sort of thinking in those terms. And then, you know, all this can be going on. Excuse me, just gonna have more water. Okay. So, and also this is a card of nostalgia. I drew this card. This has got a little love heart. Can you see it? A little pink love heart. This is like, I regret. He has regrets. He wish he could just wash it away. Okay, he's not having sleepless nights about it that I can see, but he has regrets. And he's just like, yeah, it was beautiful, very romantic. It was beautiful, very romantic. I haven't told her that. I haven't told her that. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. And then this touch card, I can speak a long time about touch. It's missing the touch of your body. Okay. Yeah, he's missing the neighbour's dog. He's missing the touch of your body. He's missing your caress. He's missing caressing you. He's missing being close to you. He's missing the intimacy. He's missing the warmth, you know, and the tenderness of that touch and everything that it brings, because men don't show their emotions very often, but through sex they do, okay? That's when they melt, that's when they open up, that's when they're vulnerable, okay? And a woman's touches can just heal them in the day. Okay, I've got the Knight of Swords on the corner here. Much more beautiful reading than I imagined. I was a little worried for you guys. So what I've got up here is a card. Let me just put those to the side. I've got a card here, excuse me. Oof, dear. I've got a card here which is the final outcome between you both. I don't know what it is, okay? It's not the outcome like his outcome or your outcome. It's about the relationship outcome. So let's have a look. I'm a bit worried for you. Okay, well, it's good. It's good. All right. So he's going to come back in. I know you might be surprised, okay, because it's no contact. And he's going to come in with some ideas and some solutions in a big way about how to resolve whatever it is, the reason that you've gone into no contact, okay, which is truly amazing. I mean, this isn't like I'll just come in and say something. No, he's thought about it, okay. He's coming in with some big ideas here, almost creative ideas. This is why it's got the wreath. They don't call it the wreath, do they? What do they? The garland over the sword with the crown. You know, he's coming in with some good ideas on how to resolve the situation, which would be very, very interesting. What I want to say to you, like I said to the other readers, there's a great guy called Coach Lee. I think he's a psychologist. He doesn't show very many emotions on his face, so just, you know, go with it. And he talks about what happens during no contact. And although it can seem like a very negative time in our lives, a hugely difficult time, okay, is that actually everyone, male or females, go through the same psychological steps during no contact. And what it does, it raises the interest. If someone is already interested in you and it's got something of value there, no contact will bring a return. Okay, so the best thing, when they're not contacting you, you don't contact them. Not as a power game, but just to give them space. And I was saying in the other reading as well about no contact, is that I watch a lot of relationship stuff, and there's a YouTube channel, and it's all about couples and how they come together and stuff like that. And nearly every single couple said when they knew that they wanted to marry the person was during no contact, because it allows the space for the mind and the heart to really get into some aspect of truth in no contact. I know for females, we just want it to continue all the time and to never stop, but men need space. Okay, they need space. Maybe the universe came in and something happened and you're in no contact, all right, and it doesn't feel like, well, he just left because he needs space. Okay, but that is the time, if there's anything in the relationship, that's when they're fathoming it out for themselves. And the best thing to do is to leave them be. And, you know, it's hard. It can be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months sometimes. You know, it's not easy, but it's best just to leave them to it, to make that decision. Because you can't force someone to want you back, otherwise you're just playing a game and it will never last. So I've been really surprised with these readings. It's actually a lot more beautiful reading. I'm not going to say that he's not interested in other parties at the moment, but there doesn't seem to be anyone significant. Doesn't seem like he's gone off and had another relationship at the moment. He's just trying to just get back into some routine at the moment, which is very, very interesting. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I really hope it helped you. And just for you just to be able to get through this period of no contact. Some relationship coaches will say, look, if you've been in a relationship and the guy's in no contact for a month, they sort of say, well, just walk away, which I think is fair enough, but it's up to the individual. But I think the most important, I must add, the most important thing during no contact is keep on with your life, still have your goals, you know, keep your work life together, you know, keep yourself healthy as well, make sure you're looking good, take care of yourself, you know, still keep your interests going, still keep your life ticking over, but rest as well, obviously, you know, curl up and watch some nice movies, reach out to your friends and stuff like that, you know, but don't forget about your own life during no contact. Okay, great. Okay, I really enjoyed reading that for you, and please leave a comment. I really appreciate your comments. Okay, so this is for everyone that picked pile 3. Okay, so the question tonight is, why is he in no contact? You know, why is he not contacting you? And what we want to do, we want to take an honest look and delve a little bit deeper into what's going on in his life. And we're going to be brave, you know, and I'm going to say exactly what I see here. And just let you know, I'm traveling at the moment, so I'm just using what I've got, and the table can wobble a little bit, but the message is more important. So let's see what's going on here between you guys. Okay, why is he in no contact? We've got the 3 of Swords. We've got the 4 of Swords. We've got the 10 of Swords. We've got the 9 of Swords. Wow. And we've got the wish fulfillment, the Star. And we've got crying. Wow. I think that pretty much speaks for itself, doesn't it? Excuse me, I'm just going to have some water. I'm so thirsty tonight. Okay, so the reason that he's in no contact, you may not feel this is true, is because he's heartbroken. Okay, this card is about emotional, physical, and mental heartbreak. Simple as that. That's what it's about. Okay, so whatever happened between you guys, he's heartbroken. He's also resting. He's just taken time out. Okay, he's just resting. There's a little bit of a backstory on this original tarot card, and it's about when guys used to go off to battle, and then they come back from battle, and they lay on the coffin. They have a coffin made before they go to battle, and then they lay on the coffin and they count their blessings. Okay, and they just feel blessed to be back and safe and alive. Okay, and maybe there's something about him retreating at the moment in no contact. I keep saying no contest, Freudian slip, where he just feels like he needs it. He needs that blessing. He needs that reassurance within himself, you know, out of the relationship. It's just something I'm feeling at the moment. You know, just so he can think for himself, just so that he can get a perspective or something like that. He just wants to rest. He wants to rest his mind, his body, his emotions. He just wants to rest. Okay, and take time out. And yeah, he just really felt like there was this massive separation and the end of the relationship between you. Something happened there. It was a situation that he just knew that he had to just surrender to. You know, he couldn't push it any further. That was it. You know, everything came in and just went, no, that's it. You've got to separate at the moment, okay? And I feel like he's really feeling that. This is a picture of 10 swords in the back of a man. And it's just like the end of a cycle. It's the 10. It's the end of the cycle. And it's almost like you can almost sort of say you didn't have a choice about this ending. Okay. And he's really upset. And I think he's very concerned if he's upset you as well. If you're upset, and he's having sleepless nights over this. This is a very depressed character. Okay, this is a character that's not having a good time at all. And his wish is just for healing. Sorry, I'm just looking at the card the wish is for healing, and I feel like the wish is for you. We'll find out in a minute. But I feel like the wish is for you, and he just wants you to come and pour all your goodness back into this relationship. All right. There is a little nod, a little hint here towards the third party situation. Could have been that type of thing going on, but something ended it, okay, for some of you. Right, but this star right in the middle of all these swords and the crying and the heartache, this is him, not you. This is him. Do men cry? I don't know if they cry the same as women, but they cry inside. That's what I feel. And this water drop is, you know, I didn't know what the cards were underneath, but this is someone that is feeling emotions, right? That maybe it's someone that doesn't normally show emotions, okay? But he's feeling the emotion, and he is looking for or hoping for a signal of change in this situation. And the ripples of your relationship are still affecting him. They're still touching him. Very much so, okay? He's not without knowing and realizing what you had. And this sleepless nights is very interesting. This is a man who's very tormented and just wants to move forward from this situation. So I feel like it's a very clear reading. So let's have a look at this outcome. Now, I specifically asked in this reading, this is the outcome for both of you in a relationship. Not like what is he going to do or what you're going to do. It's like, what are you both going to do together? What's the outcome? So let's have a look, guys, because I don't know what it is. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm a little disappointed. Okay. It looks like, for whatever reason, that during this no contact time, or the outcome of this no contact time, you still, neither of you are going to look at the situation and come to a solution. That's what I'm feeling. I'll pull another card in just a second. I've got a few minutes here. Yeah, it's just at the end of this no contact, you're both going to have your guard up still. You're both not going to want to look at this situation. Or maybe you just can't agree on this situation. And you're just both going to be in a very protective mode, which is really sad. It's really sad. I don't know what happened here. Okay, let's have a look. So why is this going to continue? Maybe things have just gone too far. Okay, maybe things have just gone too far and there's no way back. Lemons. Now, guides, I'm speaking to my spirit guides, the people with me. Why would you give me lemons at this point? It's not helpful in this situation. So I'm going to have to talk about lemons for about 3 minutes. Why is there, okay, manifesting. I'm like, why is there not going to be any solution to this no contact? Why is there no solution to this no contact? Strange. Okay, I'm getting very challenging cards here. Right, what I feel with this card, okay, is quite challenging for me because I've only just drawn it and I did want to put it in the pack. What I feel like, for some of you, maybe there's cultural differences, okay? Maybe you're from different countries. Maybe there's different traditions. Maybe there's different beliefs. I also feel like there's different lifestyles here. I sort of feel with this like, it sort of reminds me of, well, you know, we eat this type of food and, you know, no, I feel like it's, yes, for some it's like we eat this type of food in our culture and that. What I'm highlighting is the differences between you, okay? And even if you're not from different cultures, I'm feeling like the way that you live your life is very different from his, that you have certain preferences and a style of living which is very different from the style of living that he has. And maybe this is why something's happened and you've just realized that you're just very, very different creatures. But also within this card, I see that there was so much potential, a bit like this star card where she's got the two, what do you call them now? I can't think. They're not cups, are they? Jugs of water or whatever, you know, like it's the two cups pouring, you know, the desire to pour onto this relationship, the goodness. And this is like the two, you know, the two lemons. I don't know, when I go to the supermarket and I pick a lemon, I take ages, you know, I look at the shape and the colour and I always smell it, okay, because it's something very beautiful and unique and it's very healing as well, okay. And I feel like in some way that this just had so much potential, this relationship, and in many ways that you're a pair, you know, there's 2 and 2 here. Okay, I am seeing that, I don't know, the two of you would love to get back to this situation where there was just beautiful abundance of romance. And this is the Strength card, but it's really about manifesting your reality. And I just feel like you two would actually love to get back to this, but for some reason you're staying locked in this position with each other, which is really, 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 really sad. And I do think it's because you've got very different lifestyles, very different preferences, very different tastes, okay, from each other. And which is stupid. I feel that's stupid, you know, like if you don't get together because of that. But maybe a situation that came in and just said, you know, how different you were. Can I just see more about, just advise, is there any way we can unlock this energy? Is there any way that this can be unlocked? Just, it's worth asking, isn't it? Maybe you know why it can't be, you know. Maybe there's things that have been said and done that you just like, love this person to pieces, but I just can't, you know. Now that's happened, there's just no way back. I feel like the cards are saying, look, if you want to get back together or get this on track, someone has to contact somebody. So during no contact, I usually say let them have their space, don't contact them or whatever, you know, give it a good month, 2 months, something like that. Someone has to contact someone, someone has to move forward, and the only way you're going to get this on track is if you have a complete rebirth of this relationship. Not so much a reset, sweep it under the carpet, a rebirth. And I can't help but see the woman in this. And she's leaping through a wreath that's suspended in the air, and this is her rebirthing. And it might be you, actually, because I see you here. These are very similar cards. See, she's holding the 2 batons, and see, she's got the 2 jugs of water. I feel it's you're the one that's going to heal this relationship. I don't know if he's capable of doing this. Maybe you'll never get back together as a couple, but maybe there's something to salvage out of this. Maybe some beautiful moments, maybe to show an appreciation and value, you know, to him, that he might also share something back. Maybe you have to go on your separate journeys, but I feel that you're the one that is the one that can bring this into some sort of harmony. You know, if we've loved someone in our lives and we've got to go our separate ways, Isn't it more beautiful if you can find some healing in that, you know, instead of going off and feeling angry? There was love here. There was real, genuine, beautiful love here. Deep nostalgia here. Something very beautiful was here, but something just went really, really wrong here. So no contact, the idea is let them have their no contact. Don't contact them for quite some time, I would say, you know, and if they do come back, I feel they're just going to be very closed off. I'm not saying that they're going to come back to have a relationship, but their communication is going to be very closed off, and it might take you to be the one that shows the wisdom in this relationship. You know, you're the one that shows the maturity in this relationship, and you're the one that's more open and expansive in this. And I think it's all about your actions, not your words. You know, men don't like big conversations. They like to be shown. They like the action. So maybe that's something for you to think about, that in some way, at some point further down the line, maybe you could show them an action, maybe something like unconditional love or something like that, where you're just rebirthed yourself, you're fine, you're cool, and, you know, maybe you can still love him and the memories that you had together while still moving on with your life. That's what I see at the moment, guys. Whether that could, you know, well, they did say if you want to get back on track, it needs a complete rebirth. And maybe this is, no contact is the rebirth. You know, the tearing down of relationship only enables the ability to have them built up again. And for some of you, maybe it's time to go off in another direction and just take the beautiful gifts from this relationship that you can remember. And then obviously go on to another tarot reading and look at what's next in your love life, you know, and really, you know, focus on that, you know, the beautiful joys that can come back into your life. I think that's really important. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. It's coming up to 57 minutes. And I really enjoyed that, actually. It's not what I would hope for you. There is some promise there. There is definitely some promise there. I think it's just going to be difficult for a while. And for some of you, it's time to move on. But move on with this beautiful rebirth energy of yourself, you know, like you've emerged like a butterfly out of this situation. And for some of you, you might have the opportunity a little bit later down the line to actually get things back on track if you're the one that actually can pour the nurturing into this relationship. Okay, I think I've said enough. Okay, so I really enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that too. Please leave a comment. And it's ciao from Italy. Ciao, ciao.